Wes Benwick here at the Tech Coast Conference at TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jaguars, but today it's home of nothing but technology professionals, marketing guys, and Gary Spurgeon, a 40-year radio professional who's also the president of BluHorn. Welcome to our show today.
Thanks, Wes.
So let's talk radio.
Okay.
Let's talk media buying, right?
Okay.
I wonder how many people here still listen to the radio, right?
Yeah.
You may be biased. What is the current status, if you will, of radio?
Right now, according to the latest information from Nielsen, still almost 95% of people still tune in to radio during the week sometime, and from different channels, from news, talk, music, whatever you want.
I feel like news with radio is probably the most stable, something tells me. There's still a number of people that are listening, getting their news on their morning drive. They don't want to listen to music. Is that true?
Yeah, there's a lot of it going on, but the challenge they've been having is that they're making a migration from AM to FM. So getting people to tune in to listen to talk radio on FM, that's been the big conversion. But surprisingly enough, you'll be surprised, the music stations still perform extremely well. Most people still get their first sense of what's breaking from the music stations, whether it be top 40, adult contemporary, whatever you listen to, country.
Well, let's switch this around now and talk about tech with radio. Things like iHeart, right? And some of the things that have allowed radio to stream into people's homes. You can listen to a New York station when you're in Florida or a California station. How has that changed the business, and how has that affected radio advertising?
Well, actually, today what I think what the people are looking for, we get a radio in our cars when we're commuting, which is a big source of our entertainment. However, today the biggest challenge that most media companies are facing is how we're delivering how they're delivering the audio. So how are you consuming the media today? Is it via phone? Is it via the internet? Is it via all the new gadgetry that's out there? So how are you consuming the media? And I think the big challenge for today of most media companies is how are they being rated on that? Are they getting that information, and are they going to get the credit for that listening?
That's a big question, right?
Yeah.
So ratings, right? If you're in the media business, you know all about ratings. If you're a tech guy like me, you've only started to scratch the surface. What are your feelings on ratings? How accurate are they? Should they be believed, right? How do you incorporate that into a campaign?
Okay, that's a very loaded question, because if you take a look at the Nielsen, which is from a radio standpoint, the premier source of our ratings, I think the challenge they run into is that is the sample size. When you take a look at large markets, major markets, and you see the sample that they're getting, it will surprise you how number that they don't get. And I think what their whole goals are is that, hey, look, if I'm going to go to the doctor, right, and I don't take all your blood out to feel what's going on with you, so that's all about a sample size, and that's what they're doing. So the challenge is the sample good? Are they, today we use the PPM, which is the personal people meter, listening to the radio stations that people are listening to. It's a better way of gathering data, but still I think it's a science, but not an exact science.
But radio still works. That's the bottom line. You firmly believe that.
Radio's healthy, live in 2019, and it's going to continue to thrive. It's just, once again, how they're going to consume that media.
Real quick, since coming on to BluHorn, what have you learned? What have you learned from BluHorn that's changed your perceptions, if you will, of the 40 years of experience you have on the other side of the media business?
Well, one thing, if you're in the radio side, and what I'm seeing is obviously you can see all the information that's being utilized in the BluHorn system, and once again you can see how much people are shifting their dollars out of the traditional medias like newspaper, television, billboard, and they're shifting more to the digital focus. You're starting to see a faster migration to that, which is concerning most broadcasting companies today, so how they're attacking that. But that's one of the biggest surprises, to see the volume of dollars that are being shifted to these other sources.
I think that will be one of the most interesting things to watch over the next 2 to 5 years.
Agreed.
Gary, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thanks,
Here
Wes.
in the Auditmacs booth at TIAA Bank Field. We are at the Tech Coast Conference. We'll see you on our next segment.